Herzlich willkommen, meine schönen Damen und Herren. Oder höchstwahrscheinlich haben wir eigentlich nur Herren im Chat. Aber was geht's, Freunde? Was geht's? Vielen Dank für die Wahl, für eure Voting. This tier list, I wanted to do this for a while. I don't know why I just didn't get around to it. Partly because I don't think I feel that qualified to do it, but hey, it's my opinion in the end. And I'm open to putting a bunch of, albums up there, rating them, and hearing you guys your thoughts and your input, and being proven wrong. And so, before we get started, let me go ahead and just lay out, I guess we'll call them the ground rules. By the way, I have like approximately 2 hours, and then I'm gonna need to go, but that should be plenty of time. So let's go ahead and get us over here. As you can see, who made this? I don't know who made this, but on Tier Maker, you have these like public things that are made, public charts. I don't know, tier list. And it looks like this one was made in 2019, because when I opened it up, the most recent album was Alpha Gena 2, which is, I think, it was a 2019 release. That's actually I started this channel when that album came out, for that album, basically, just to kind of talk about it. So this is like my first video was Alpha Genetic, first reaction video. Crazy, man, in my parents' basement. And then we'll have a couple other things in here that I don't know. Let me go up. Maybe controversial. Like, I took out. I didn't take them out, but I moved them. We're gonna, like, collaboration albums, like the Yopi Gays. We're just gonna do the solo albums today. And in here, this guy put in like Lyric Lounge, the Hood tapes, which, I agree with the Hood tapes. I guess Lyric Lounge and the free track compilations, they're technically, in the golden era Hood tape, they're technically albums, right? Any collection of 10 songs or more, I suppose, or 8 songs or more, it's like an EP/album. So I guess we'll throw them in there as well. And then second, we're gonna go chronologically. So starting from the beginning. Also, wir gehen direkt von Anfang, so wie das Urknall, Leute. Und das heißt Xmas Edition. Xmas Edition. Also, by the way, guys, I know I got probably like 100 new subscribers in the last week and a half. So thank you, all of you guys. And I know that's basically probably all Kollegah fans. So little info about me and how I fit into the picture. Kollegah was introduced to me my first year of college. And you're going to hear how old I am. My first year of college. This was in 2013. So, what had just come out that year was Yopi Gate 2. My friend at the time, newly found friend, he was German. He was like making me listen to all this. And I was like, dude, that sounds so cool. I have no idea what they're saying. And he kind of challenged me to learn the verses. And fast forward, it turned into like a challenge to try to figure out the songs, translate everything, and it became kind of a hobby of mine. And so starting from Yopi Gate 2 forward, I've been following along. And here's where things get tricky. Obviously, when the releases come out, like when the albums come out, there's like a promo period. I know he did a lot of vlogs in the past. I wasn't there for that, so I guess the whole vibe is what I'm trying to say. For some of these albums might be different, to me than they were for you guys. When I look at, La Deutsche Vita and Suhate Tape 5, the promo period, die Promophasen für diese zwei Alben war absolut überkrank, und sie haben unbedingt meine Meinung für die Albums beeinflusst. Ne? So keep that in mind, guys. If I put something lower, it's probably why. Doesn't mean it's not a good album. It just means potentially there's other albums that rank higher based off of also, like, the point in which my life, where I was, how I was feeling. But that's that. And also, I listened to some of these when I'm a little older, whereas I feel like some of the albums I listened to when I was younger, like 18, 19, 20 versus 25, 26, 27, totally different opinions, totally different level of like maturity and what I consider like good and bad music. So there's that. But without further ado, and so we're starting with Xmas Edition. Xmas Edition was this his first ever album, and I did listen to this, and it's got to be a classic, right? And so that's the thing. Are we judging based off of quality of music, influence? At the time, the thing is with this one, I know this is his first. It kind of started everything that he did. All the Zuhetta tapes were amazing based off of this. But for me, there's like some songs in there that were like pretty good. But overall, like quality-wise and like rhyme structure and pronunciation. Aber Xmas Edition. Das ist für mich eine Mid-Tier-Album. It laid the groundwork. It's extremely influential for German rap because I know the history with like the whole pimp thing, and it had some battle rap influences, and it has to be mid-tier for me. I just feel like there's so many other albums in here that I wouldn't put above it, but for its historical context and relevance, it's right in the middle. It's right in the middle. And so the next one was this one, right? Boss der Bosse. I'm gonna pull up the track list just so I was right. This is the Boss der Bosse. That's this one over here. Yeah. So I gotta say, this one, I haven't listened to this one in a long time. That's weird that this Showtime again is blacklisted for me. With Shimmer, Skip kind of thick. Yeah, this one for me, I'm gonna have to just put it underneath on the C tier, only because I don't know. So many of these songs are like so good for me. Really, Boss der Bosse, the intro, and as of Guckst du, obviously. I mean, maybe change and then Soma, obviously. This is a classic. Wow, 7 million streams there. But for me, it's just not. I don't know. I don't want to say like because it's old. It's too old, but it just wasn't. They're not songs that I would like consistently listen to right now. And so, moving on, we have our just Kollegah, this album, which this one is really cool. Just with the Gangster Arroganz, Ghetto Business, Eure Hoheit. I feel like here, right, is kind of where his punchlines started to really evolve. And he started to become closer to what he is today. These two albums here, I would say, are like his freshman, sophomore albums. You're kind of like growing here. Ich kann mich noch auf sein erstes Mixtape erinnern. Oh, you can? What do you think about that, man? That's the thing, like, I wasn't around when they came out, and so, like, they don't have this, like, punch and, like, nostalgia to me. Hallo, Sepp Rollins. Rollins, was geht's? But I feel that this one, we're getting into a lot more lyrical sophistication, this Kollegah album. But I'm gonna go ahead and place it with mid-tier in terms of this one and the Kollegah in the Xmas edition. They're songs that I would consider like on similar levels, although a little nudge to this one, but it's not. It can't go here because there are some other albums that we're gonna get to that I just feel are way too way too strong. It looks like I lost my, when I went to the presentation mode. Let me just pop these in here. I lost these ones here. There we go. The fast rapping. Yeah. Right, and that's the thing. Like, the fast rapping was, like, newer, right? He was, like, the best double timer. And so he deserves, obviously, the credit there because he was going faster, better, and having this, like, crazy punchlines that other rappers at the time didn't have. And so I almost want to put this one A tier, but again, this is like, obviously, there's, I think, only 2 albums are going to get here. You guys will probably guess which ones they are. And then the A is, like, for the, like, very good ones that I can't do it. I would love to put this here just because it's, like, a revolutionary album. And it kind of sets the stage for the next one that we're going to talk about, which is what? This Alphagena comes next. Alphagena 1. I think. Chronologically, right? Let's see. Oh, shit. Alphagena. I skipped Alphagena. This came before this one. This one. Fuck. This is hard, dude. I feel like the... I can see how these are a thing, these tier lists, because 5 categories is not enough, obviously. I feel like out of... You know what I mean? Ooh, so it really forces you to think tough. Okay, so the thing with Alphagena, I'm going to pull up the track list. Dude, like... Here's where you're talking about Testarossa, where, what's up, Big Fudge? I'm gonna need your guys' help here, just as a I mean, dude. Showtime, Alphagena, Veni Vidi Vici, intro, the whole thing with, like, I kind of want to listen to it. I kind of want to listen to the intro, like, the punchlines were out of this world, right? The one with the Elefanten im Schnee. Self-made Endbosse, Legenden with KIZ. And then here became the his thing with the outros. This is really hard. Realistically, I would have liked to have listened to all of these, like, just before that. But how many hours is that, dude? It's like roughly an hour an album. I don't have 12 hours free to just binge straight. God, this is hard. I gotta say, the thing is, like, I want to move these down and put to get the picture. Skip through them real quick to get the picture. You think so? Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I guess we could, right? We don't have to rush this. So let's go ahead and...
Ey, es ist Kollegah, Lichtgestalt wie Malaika und du bist lediglich ein Großmaul wie ein Pelikan. Ich trage Kleider von ganz großen Star-Designern, bin kein Astronaut, aber mein Anzug ist maßgeschneidert. Wenn ich dreist durch die Hut stolziere, du schreist kurz und guckst schockiert rein und ergreifst nun die Flucht.
Mein Anzug ist maßgeschneidert, and it's just the Betonung, right? So this is, I feel like, he really started to introduce this total, like, arrogant, macho type of thing. This song I really like. I've listened to this one way more than everything else in here. And then we have the original Alphagena.
Ey, guck mal, kein Grund zur Panik.
Kein Grund zur Panik.
Ich bleib nicht lange. Ich hol mir nur eben, was mir zusteht hier. Ich geh kurz paar Mal Gold, verstehst du? Da bin ich auch schon wieder weg. Jetzt beben die Wände, denn die lebende Legende taucht auf aus Nebelbänken in verregnetem Gelände und die Show beginnt. Es ist der entzückende Boss, halber Kanadier, wie Wayne Gretzky von Hüfte bis Kopf und ich trag ist der Geldmachende, hellwache Pimp und du seltsam.
Halte die Schnauze. Oh, dude, every line is a punchline.
Doch ein Blick reicht uns.
I guess this is kind of where he became Kollegah, right? Really became Kollegah. All these albums led up to this level of rapid punchline, line after line.
Es ist der Geldmachende, hellwache Pimp und du seltsamer Spinner sitzt bei deinen Eltern und trinkst dort bei Kerzenlicht Kamillentee. Währenddessen sind die elenden, nervigen Bullen mir auf den Fersen wie Achillessehnen. Ey, ich tauch bedrohlich im Gelände auf und Host kriege ne Gänsehaut, als wohnten sie in Entenau.
dude. That's so cool. And this is 2007. Shit, man. Totally ahead of his time. Let's hear this.
Ey, ich tauch bedrohlich im Gelände auf und Host kriege ne Gänsehaut, als wohnten sie in Entenau.
This song, okay, yeah. So like this album is way too revolutionary. I don't feel like it should be so close to Alfegene, which is gonna be there. And I feel like a lot of like OG Kollegah fans would say this probably deserves to be up here. But there's again, like I said, like I'm thinking of these ones that are later down the line. Okay, yeah, that one was tough. I think this is his best. In my opinion, this is his best album. Maybe top 3. I mean, it's just so there's so many. This is his peak, right? This is where he kind of peaked. I feel like what he started doing here in the Zuhata Tape 3 was like nobody could even fathom kind of where he was going. Every song here too has its totally own atmosphere, and that's why I would definitely say these albums, Bossa Bossa, Kollegah, Express Edition, they have a very similar sound from song to song, and I think that's because in his first 3 albums, the first 3 years, he was mostly copying the style of the American rappers. Well, for sure he was. I know he was, because you listen to the songs like on Xmas Edition, and they were cool. I mean, they were samples, but the style, the rap, the sound, the beats, everything is like very, like too close to the American, like early 2000s hip hop scene. And he finally found, I think, his unique sound here with Alfegene, and then again with Zuhata Tape 3. But more so with Zuhata Tape 3 in terms of his like diversity in song. I mean, dude, the intro alone. I listen to this intro all the time. It's so short, but it's so hard, dude. It goes so hard.
Da gibt es 2 Möglichkeiten. Entweder ist man jemand.
Yeah.
Aber ist man niemand.
Armani's Shoot, Gold Chain, Solariumbräunen, kanadische Wurzeln, wie Ahornbäume, der Boss ist back. Jetzt werden wieder Karrieren beendet, denn Deutschrap ist ein Lamahaufen wie Kamelexkremente. Das ist die Rückkehr des Hustler, welche in den Streets mit Cocaine. Ich geh durch Pfütze im Asphalt und mache stündlich mehr Taster, denn ich komm günstig an fast alles Speed, Cocaine. Du machst nie...
So good, man. Such a good flow. So good. This is where I think, like, in my opinion, the albums that go up here, to me, and this is kind of where I guess maybe my tier choices might differentiate from, you know, a German and an OG fan, is that some of the songs are transcend the language barrier, in my opinion, and that is where I really, really love Kollegah. And later on, I really even liked him more when I started to appreciate his lines. But on the surface, or I should say, yeah, on the surface, there's so much going on. Like the flow here, the beat, the arrogance, the tone, just the whole atmosphere puts you in a mood that some of these other ones don't, for me. And then there's the layer of the punchline. And so I guess there are more layers to this Zuhata Tape 3, Alfegene, than there are these ones, and then of course some other albums that I'm going to put in here. And it is a shame that I don't think he will ever make an album this good again, just because, you know, the sequel is never better than the original. Usually not. But yeah, we could listen to so many. I'm not sure any one of these songs sucks, you know? They all have their own thing, even though they're like Love Song Reloaded. It's so cool. And then you get some double time over here.
Unter Not draußen stehen, ich besuch deine Frauen in verdunkelte Likes mit funkelnden Ketten. Da werden Nutten geslappt, die Umwelt verpestet und Schutzgeld erpresst. Ich verweigere so sinnvoll wie eine schusssichere Weste, bei uns ich schon lebt. Du laberst von Bitches abschnitt.
With the piano, I mean, it's so funny. And then he's got a song like this.
Kilos,
The beat, dude.
in der Jackentasche, Kilos in der Aktenmappe, Kollegah mit Kilos, in Rio auf ner Dachterrasse, Schlampen gucken an.
In Rio auf der Dachterrasse. You guys get the point. I can go through every song and tell you how great it is and different. diesen Sound zu rekreieren, hat so semi gut geklappt. Yeah, exactly. It's hard when you just copy yourself from the past to remain innovative. But it's whatever, you know? I mean, I still, like, don't get me wrong. You'll see it. We'll get into these newer albums. I still really like, his albums in the last 6 years, we'll call it. And then we have the Hood Tape Volume 1. I gotta say, I know a couple. I don't know too many of these. And I feel like this one isn't fair because I don't think I've listened to every single song. I've definitely listened to the whole album at least once, but not through and through. However, it's the first Hood tape, and I think the first of his, he has a couple of series. We'll call them trilogies and sagas with his albums. This one is so fun. And it sets the stage for, Hood Tape 2, which I love that one. It was so much fun for me. But, this is going to be... it's hard, man. It's so hard. I guess... Because now I'm comparing in my head to the other Hood tapes. It's gonna be here or here, and I it's like I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be here only because I haven't listened to it as much as I probably should have to make an actual like assessment. And there's just other albums that that's gonna go there. If you guys got a problem with it, comment below. Tell me which songs are bangers and why it should be mid-tier or higher. I know my friend personally, the one who showed me Kollegah in the first place, would probably put it here or here. He loves this one. But I personally can't say the same at the moment. Now, here's where the fun begins. Now we're starting to get into the territory of like where I actually started following Kollegah. Not following, but like getting into his music. It was actually like up to date. And so that puts us, where are we? On Boss Aura? Yeah. Oh. Ooh. Controversial, huh? Controversial album. There are some songs in here that are so damn good. And there are songs in here that I literally... I just don't know what he was thinking. I know what he was thinking. He was trying to be different. He was hanging out with San Diego, and they were trying to do, they were introducing like auto-tune. But like this song, for example.
Im Nacken war, denn heute hätte ich zwar das Geld, aber ich stehe einfach nicht so auf das.
Like it's okay.
Heute denke ich nicht an morgen. Durch das Blitzlichtgewitter.
The thing is, like, my friend got me this actual CD from Germany and brought it back, and I had it in my car back when that was a thing. This was around like 2014, 15, and I would have this. I listened to this album through and through probably over 100 times, just because like at that time I was like begun my obsession. I do like this song a lot. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this is so good. And then Billionaires Club, just like super fast, relentless double time. Oh, this is so hard. Okay, Bad Girl. What was this one again? Yeah.
Guck mich an, Baby, Traumbody. Beamer vor der Tür. Guck ihn an, Baby, Lauchbody. Fiat vor der Tür. Guck dich an, Baby. Du bist zu nice für ihn. Lass den Loser allein. Du bist zu heiß für ihn.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard because like, if I could take this song, Für immer, Drugs in den Jeans, even Spotlight was pretty cool. Business Paris, super cool with the French verse. Mon Finsternis, Billionaires Club. Cobra Kopf is so asozial, I love it. This one, ich hasse dich, Player. Balls. And then there's this, though. Like, how do you have this and this? You know what I mean?
Mich rufen an. Ich ball allein mit den Homies und lenke mich ab vor der Place.
Oh, dude, it's so hard. If there were a couple of songs, just because the standard is like high with these two, where these ones like almost didn't miss. If there were some songs that weren't on there, I would be putting it in A tier. But I actually, looking at the track list, do something like that, right? It's been so long. Let's see. It's okay. Yeah, the hook is cool.
Blutigen Händen aus dem Gesicht, atme schwer und kriege kaum Luft. Ich hasse die Welt, hasse mich selbst, denke die Zeit, geh mit der Weißt du denn nicht, du warst alles für mich.
Du warst alles für mich. Yeah. What do you think? I mean, I'm putting it B tier. I can't put it here, and it's not this bad. I really like looking at the track list again. I feel like there's so much online hate that he got for this that it kind of clouded my judgment. But now I'm looking at the track list, and there's like a couple songs where I'm like Handsome and Famous, Cocaine. This is coke. Actually, this song's really good, dude. Yeah, dude, there's so many good songs. But I can't put it high. I couldn't put it in A. I can't put it in A. I used to love this song. Schweberbahn in Wuppertal. Dude. Du denkst, du warst mal in der Luft. Schweberbahn in Wuppertal. End level Haferfeld, dude. I gotta hear it.
Gestern Galus, heute Charts, erste Klasse Lufthansa. Du sagst, du warst mal in der Luft.
Schwebebahn in Wuppertal.
Ach, geh zur Seite!
Dude, it's so funny, dude. I love that song. Yeah, man. This is like B.5. It's almost at the A. Der Hate war halt wegen den Autotune-Hooks. Deutschrap war da gar nicht ready for. Yeah, and now, look at them now. Look at them now. Yeah. I think B tier. I'm actually very confident in a B tier. Oh, wait. Okay, so we have a gap here because we have 2012 was Jopigate 2, which for some reason it's not on my Spotify in America. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but I do have it on my phone. I had that, like I bought it on iTunes. Because there was Armageddon, right? Like Armageddon was legendary for him. That was so cool. Just like totally showing off his lyrical prowess. I believe Armageddon came out right before King, and then King itself. So we'll move on to King. Dude, this was the first. This one means so much to me, and this is what I was talking about. Like, you know, especially I see some of you guys just jumped in here. We got through his early career, and a lot of these songs, I wasn't really into Kollegah at this time. I didn't even know who he was, and so it didn't have that like first time effect, you know? Das erste Mal. Weißt du, was ich mein? King was the first Kollegah album I ever had. I physically held in my hand. My friend brought it back from Germany after Christmas break, back to college. I put it in I had a freaking, this was back in the day, dude. This is 2014. I had the big speakers in my dorm. I popped that thing in and I listened to it with my friend. And I was like, holy shit. And then I put, I had a laptop too. So it made it onto my phone. I wasn't like that retro. Alpha, King, dude. Flight Mode. Even like this like low-key tracks. R.I.P.
Sagen Sie mal, der Mensch...
Welche der Kollegah? Wie ist er gesagt? What did you say? Wie ist er gesagt?
Der Kollegah, wie tickt der eigentlich so?
Oh, wie tickt der eigentlich so?
Grundsätzlich nur auf Kilobasis, Mois.
Yeah, as you said, dude, historic as far as his reputation goes. There are so many standalone tracks that alone could eclipse some of his singles today, like Universal Genie. Du bist Boss is like, one of his all-time greats. AK's in Wandschrank, say what you will. I feel like this is the least amount of substance in any of these songs, but it's one of my favorites. It's just so cool. And I love this song because I liked this one the most back then because I didn't understand German. And so just the sound was like all I needed. But just like the double time, the whole time.
Ich Gangster-Kanacken wie Alibaba. Gold-Chain, Ray-Ban, Platin-Armband. Macho-Attitüde, Bitch, neben mir weg Charlie Harper. Wie alles draufsteht bei MP5 und am Gucci.
Oh, in Karate. Auf das Ohr wie Karate. Oh, ho, ho, dude. The beat. Listen to the beat, dude. So good. Yeah. Yeah, Kohibas, Blauer Dunst, King. This one is really good. This album is undisputed. Like you said, top 3. Does it rival Zoo Had to Tape 3? That's a thing for me. Phew. Yeah. Which one? I think I'm gonna put it here because lyrically, you have I mean, just this song, like, this album means so much to me. You have Königsaura, Omega, and Ohne Genie. I don't know, like, if you could put more, like, intellectual firepower into these songs. So I feel like these alone kind of buy its way up to boss level historisch. And yeah, I know I put C, boss level historic, because when I put the H, do this, then the H goes down there, so it looks stupid. So it has to be English on the last one. But yeah, I'm gonna put that as King. King. It's gotta go there, man. I mean, yeah, I still have the album somewhere. It might not even be. It might be in my parents' house. Really good. Really good. Auf jeden. So moving along. Now we are. Oof, dude. I don't know what to do with this one. I feel like this one doesn't take too much thought for me. You see, I'm building up that suspense, guys. This one, wow. If you think about it, for 5 years, he almost didn't miss. Like, I'm almost thinking, like, this could have been here, and some people would put it there, but I'm gonna put it here because I have some albums that I do want to put here. But for me, dude, this goes straight to the top. Every song, like you said about, like, King, es hat sein eigenes Platz auf das Album und sein Purpose. And lyrically, you know, the amount of punchlines. I mean, yeah, he peaked here. Some would say he peaked here, and then after this, it's downhill. This is where there's, like, pinnacle fame. Again, I had this one too. Listened to it, popped it into my car, listened to it every single day, probably maybe 1,000 times. But so many good songs, man. And I remember in college, like, I was meeting making some American friends and I was showing this album when it came out to some of my American friends. They had no idea who he was, never heard German rap before, and I had American friends who were like, dude, give it to me. Like, I need to download those songs. And because this is back with the CDs, you can pop it in your laptop, and this was back before, like, Spotify was a big deal. And definitely didn't get these. It was harder to get, hear anything about these guys in America. And so I had a friend who borrowed the CD, and he downloaded it and put it on his laptop and would listen to it all the time and had no idea what he was saying. Loved the album. And that's just, like, the effect of, like, Kollegah, in terms of, like, when he nails all of the key aspects, like the sound, the Betonung, the arrogance, the beats, the atmosphere. I mean, Zoo Had to Tape, all of these Zoo Had to Tape albums for me are, like, atmospherically perfect. And I feel like that's where he hits his sweet spot, at least for me. That's where I really kind of fall in love with his music. So yeah, that's not a hard choice. So moving along, Lyric Lounge compilation, and I know it's not technically an album. Der Putin. So that's up to you guys. I don't know if you want to put. I feel like these doesn't deserve to go in here. 2015. Hold on, we have a gap here. Somehow, what's going on? So somehow Imperator is not. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Dude, Imperator banned from American Spotify? Breaking news? I'm gonna call Joe Biden. Hey! Hallo Pinsa! Herzlich willkommen zurück und vielen Dank, dude. Subscribe for 19 months, dude. 19 months, bro. That's a big deal. Thank you, man. I liked Imperator. I really did. I have the box. I think it's over there. Oh no. I don't know what I lost the box, I guess. I had the box. Oh, the Imperator intro alone was so cool. No, I really liked it. It's a very solid album, but yes, compared to these four, it doesn't hold up as far as like the standard is consistent, heavy hitting tracks time and time again without like a single minute where you're like remotely bored. I liked the I really liked the music. I like the sound, and there's some bangers on there that I would still listen to today. But when you talk about like an album as a whole, an album is supposed to be something that has like a singular theme and is kind of going somewhere. And I feel like Imperator is like King 2.0. And it doesn't quite hit as hard as it should. I know that's like kind of vague, but I think that's where it needs to go. It's B tier. It's not down here. Again, there's going to be some OG fans that are going to have a big problem with this, I know. But we'll see. And so, moving on. So that was 2016. Now we got 2017. That was Jopigate 3. Free tracks. Yes, you see like Imperator, which was the promo. Pushagena. Oof. This, I mean, dude, all these songs are really good, but they're not, they're a collection of like singles. So, not an album, but so cool. So cool out of these songs. I actually forgot about some of these. I gotta go. Let me put this somewhere. I don't want to like them all. I'll remember to go back. Okay. Moving along. What do we have next? We have. We're in 2017. This is the year I actually went to Germany. Bought the album. The first time I actually bought a Kollegah album or any rap album, German rap album, in person at, I want to say Saturn. It might have been MediaMarkt. I think it was MediaMarkt. I don't remember. In downtown Cologne or Köln. That was a great time. But we're not going to do the collab albums. Platin Vergestern, collab, collection. And then so it's crazy how the Jopigate 3 hype lasted for like basically 2 years, right? They kept like reposting, repurposing, and putting these new songs. But I liked it. I like that one. Just so you know though, if like Platin Vergestern would probably be here for me, Jopigate 3 would be right here. We're not doing collaboration albums. And so now we're on Monument, which is a very interesting one. More serious, right? He tried to be a little bit more serious. He had that song Real Talk, where he kind of addressed his beef with Flair and Las and Shindy and Bushido and everything. And you see I have it all downloaded because this came out basically the same time period where I got Spotify for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, I can actually listen to Kollegah without listening on YouTube. Orbit, so good. Dear Lord, good. Blowout, okay. Royal, so good. What did he say? Ich kann paar fließischen Französisch, aber kenne kein Pardon. Ich kenne ein Pardons. Die Rennen schreit davon. Legendary. Bei welchem Album hat er nochmal die originale Textblätter in manchen Box verschenkt? Mein Bruder hatte da eins von. Oh, I don't know that. He did that? That's cool, dude. But I have this box. This box is right over there. I have the Monument box. But yeah, man. Monument, all in all. Gospel. Oh, Psycho is so good. Löwe. Again, really good songs. The fact that he had these American features was amazing. And then we have Hood Tape 3, which is going to be its own thing. Even though they came out all together, all at once. But we're not going to put them together. And again, I got to put this right here. And the B tier. It's a solid work, man. And I really did enjoy it. And there are still songs on there that I revisit and enjoy to this day. But as far as, you know, if I were to listen from start to finish, the whole thing, I wouldn't enjoy it like I would these ones. And then obviously we have Hood Tape 3. It was so good and fun. And this is where we were first introduced to Asha. Now, as like a almost mainstream rapper, right? Because he wasn't that popular. He was doing music, but wasn't that popular. But here it is. Oh, we have all these. Oh, dude, almost as good, if not better than the. Dude, I might be crazy here for this. But I feel like it goes here. I feel like it has to go here, just because like you had so many good songs that were very unique. But you could make the argument that it's like some completely random, but it's so fun. Like Da Vinci Flow, Empire State of Grind, Push It to the Limit, Boss Player, Most Wanted. Like if you take out all of these like ridiculous ones, which were still pretty good and funny, Frontale Faust, Monument. Dude, I feel like I'm doing a disservice though to these albums by putting that there. I want to put this here. You guys here is, yeah. It's got to be here just because, you know. What's crazy is like I'm not sure if they're what belongs down here. It might be. I don't know. Oh, with Imperator came this one, and I'm gonna put that there too. It's just, you know, Hood Tape 2, Hood Tape 3, and 1, all really fun, but they can't go up here with these big boys. Auflagene 2. Oh, it's a tough one. These songs were really good. When it came out, I really liked it, but I don't think it holds up, unfortunately. I mean, this song was cool, but I would say like the mastering and the overall sound was very weird. I don't know if the auto-tune belonged on here, unless it was like, this song is cool.
Doch bin ich alt, sondern Veteran. Rap ist oft geworden, ich geb Lutsch an die Schelle. Mach an der Bushaltestelle mit der Schusswaffe Welle. Mann, der Grund, warum ich Rappern in die Köpfe schieße. Sie sind fett und faul und verrichten Götzendienste Richtung Köftespieße.
Ja, aber Veni Vidi Validus.
Sog, doch ich bin eine Urgestalt. Stimme eine Naturgewalt. Stille, wenn mein Ruf verhallt. Ein Horizont, eine Kokalinie damals.
It's been so long since I listened to this. I'm not sure if the sound, though, gets it for me.
Haken weitermachen, als ob's mich nicht juckt. Nach außen Sieger lächeln, doch im Innern melancholisch wie die letzte Zigarette eines Kriegs. Doch egal, was für Scheiße passiert, ich bleib fixiert, fein.
Yeah, I don't know.
Totgesagte leben länger. Wen wollt ihr bei der Straße? Höchstens als besoffener Fahrer, offene Frage. Treibjagd in dem.
Yeah, this one's got to go C for me. I just feel like it's a shame. There's so many. There's like 3 or 4 very good songs, but overall, it just doesn't do it for me. And so, yeah. Damn, man! Look how many C-listers I'm putting there. It's almost like you can almost say I'm. Imagine if I just put them all up here. You guys would probably never ever talk to me again. Golden Era tour tape. Do we count it? I mean, it's an hour of content, new songs. I feel like the lyrics here. So cool. Really like old school sound. Yeah, the Heidegger Punch. Oh yeah, that's right. Dude, Morlock and Kollegah together. What a shame. They don't do like a freaking, you know, whole album, man. So cool. Yeah. Again, I gotta put it in C tier though, only because it's like a lot of his friends and guys he hasn't worked with before. They're just kind of coming on and just doing like a collection of things. It's not, you know, it doesn't have that album feel that these do, like this constant theme. It's just like kind of a collection of songs with his friends, really. Yeah, it's gotta go here. Oh man, we are almost done. We're pretty much current, right? We have like, okay, so here's gonna be the hardest one for me. It's really, really good for me. This one's really tough. Yeah, you have the whole, here's the controversy, right? Between like whether he's writing his stuff or not. But these first four songs are masterpieces. And then we get into here, and it's like, okay. And we pick up Showtime Forever, awesome. West Side Reloaded, super cool. This one, so fun. Zu hatte Aura, amazing. Betonfassaden, amazing. Hood Tales, a little disappointing with that one. It wasn't as good as the last Hood Tales from Zu hatte 4 for me. I don't know if it was the B or the... I don't know. I don't know. Angel Dust. Angel Dust. It's crazy. I really thought it was such a good song back then when it came out, and now like you know, a couple years have gone by, I've like kind of changed my mind. It's crazy how my taste changes. It's not that good. Frühling, and then Roid Rage. For some reason, I didn't like this one. I didn't like Roid Rage between these two. I didn't think it worked. It didn't fit. It shouldn't have been here. You know, it was clearly like some sort of promo for Yopike Fear that never came. But Zu hatte tape. I don't know. It's like it totally was a deviation from the rest of the songs. It's hard. I guess it's gotta. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm looking at these. It's better. I like this album, but I don't know. Like if I put it here, it would have to be with an asterisk saying it's better than these two. And then but there's Boss Aura. I feel like if this one here and Boss Aura went out, that would make more sense. But then Boss Aura isn't on this level of Alpha Gaina. This is so hard. It's got to be B. It's so sad. I really, really want this one to be A. I really liked. Yeah, it's got to be B, just because like now, you know, we're not really sure what songs he wrote. And like I said, like this like random Roid Rage at the end, it kind of like kills the whole vibe of the album. I know it's just only one song out of many, but I think that's got to go there. I still love the first, like I listen to, usually what I'll do is I'll listen to the first 6 tracks, and then I might skip to the end, and then I'll listen to Coca Symphony, and then I'll go to something else if I revisit that one. So, wir sind ziemlich am Ende, wie die meisten Deutschrapper. Free Spirit. This one got everyone's panties up in a bunch. Kollegah getting real political here. Yeah, this is an easy one for me. Not because I loved it or hated it, just because it's so random. It gets so random. Yeah, it's so random, man. It's just like, I don't know. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. There's some good songs, but I would compare like the collection of songs is like not so much different than the Golden Era tour tape, in that Not one song really like led into the other, as like an album is like supposed to be a collection. It's like it's supposed to be an artwork. Oof. To put it here though, it's a big statement for me, man. It's in between these two. Oh boy. I like the songs though, but they don't hold up. I don't listen to these songs, you know, as I just feel like he couldn't quite get the overall theme down. He couldn't solidify the theme. He got into politics, and then he got into just like Vikings, and I know what he was trying to say. He's trying to say like, you believe in yourself, you don't have to listen to anybody, you can be who you want to be, you know. But then there's Medusa Face, which is a good song, but it just doesn't go in there, you know. Yeah, it's so sad. I think it does have to go here. I don't dislike every single track. It's not like I'll listen to those songs and be like, oh, it's terrible, it's so bad. It's just like the song is just random, you know, absolutely random. I don't know. Damn, dude. I didn't actually think that I would put something in here, but if there is one to go in there, it has to be this one. And so that brings us now to present. Finally, we have La Deutsche Vita. Now, here, if I'm going to be consistent with my arguments, you know, I critiqued a lot of the themes and the cohesion between songs, which, you know, feed into one another. In my opinion, man, this is like, it's a really good album for him. You know, it's like kind of like all the ones that we've done so far, it goes into this like comparison thing where I'm like, dude, what, like, it's not a matter of rating it, it's a matter of putting it above or below some albums that I consider to be very like almost classics. Like this was a near classic. Zo the Tape 5. It definitely is not C tier. I think it's a really good album. Like if we're looking at like how Alphagena is here, and you can really argue that it could go here, and then this would go here with La Deutsche Vita. I kind of want to do that. What do you think if I did this, this, and this? I feel that makes more sense to me. Yeah, I feel like this is, I think, makes more sense because now we have CBA, which I don't think is on this level, but it's a pretty cool album. I think it goes there. There's some tracks on there that I really like and I really enjoyed, but La Deutsche Vita overall I think is just a cooler album, better album. But then now I'm looking at this, I'm like, is his English album better than these? I don't know about that. I feel like it should be here. Kannst die Tracklist ja auf Genius angucken. Yeah. You think I should put the JPGs in there, though? If you think so. Their thing is like... No, dude, it's not that bad. I'll put it here. I'll tell you what, it should go here. It's not that bad, dude. It's not that bad for me. I liked it. Nah, bro. It's cool. Like, this is like, if I could give you my 90-second album review, no other German rapper has released a full English album to this extent. He's got pretty good punchlines. The beats are fun. He's got catchy stuff. but yeah, I couldn't put it. But you're right though. It's about being fair to the other albums. It's about being fair to the other albums. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Okay, then we'll go back to here. Jopige 1. We call it B tier. No, you're absolutely right. He went for the challenge. You're right. I guess you're right. Yeah, okay, so that's a very good point. I guess you could I would like allow you to change my mind. Because you can challenge yourself and do something innovative and new. But when it comes to quality and facts, yeah, it's quality and facts. It doesn't change the fact that from song to song, it shouldn't be this close to these guys, which I consider to be very good albums. Yeah, okay, fine. That's fine. Yeah, there's some songs on there that I do remember listening to. Notice how I said I do remember listening to, but I never went back to listen to them again. It's so funny. Because I know my friend, my one Kollegah friend, he loves the album. And he just sends me randomly the like certain lyrics from different songs. But yeah, in the bigger picture, it doesn't belong over here. So let's go Jopige 1. But it's gonna go here. 2009. Okay. Yeah. So in between like Alpha Gena and Zota Tape 3, he comes out with this. He was in his prime, and the fact that they're dissing the whole rap scene is amazing. It's so cool. But obviously they went end level here. Almost here. But I don't know, man. I just, from like a listener point of view, I didn't like the only reason why I would put this in A is because of the heavy metal battle rap thing they tried. I don't like the heavy metal battle rap. For sure. Yeah, it goes here. It's definitely there. And I would even bump. Yeah, you're right. I do need to reorganize this. Just because I shuffled them around real quick. Yeah. Yeah, it's the greatest album of all time. For him. And then you have... Oof, this is hard, dude. What do you think about these two? This is really hard. I feel like King was a little more impactful. And then this one just has that kind of sequel shadow, but yeah, amazing. Arguably could have been, you know, boss level historisch. And La Deutsche Vita, nah, this one is so to say 5 for me is so cool. Just make sure everything is alles in Ordnung. This is just like Alpha Gena 2 is borderline, but then Los mit dir. And I would put, yeah, I would put that there. Yeah, you agree with all of this? I do too. I mean, that's like what I feel is fair. It makes the most sense. Because then we get to here. But now we have this guy. Jopige 3. Loved it. It's so nostalgic for me because I actually bought it with my hands in Germany. And it was a big deal. But it's in between B and C for me. And I think I would put it definitely distant from Das Aura and Jopige, the first one. And then we have this one. It's very influential. Boss de Bosse. Damn. It's tough, man. It's really tough just kind of like looking at it all now. Yeah, because this one is more mainstream friendly. King is more mainstream, but when we're talking about Kollegah as an artist, I feel like his, like, where he's at its best is when he's in Zuhälter mode. King is like the second. This is Felix Blumer, right? This is his secondary, Kunstpersona. And I just think he does he's better. He's at his best when he's in the arrogant, meine Dobermann ficken deine Mutter, persona. For me, that's like, that's just where he thrives. Let me switch this around before we, just so I can like talk with my hands a little bit better. But here it is. It's like, you have who he is as an artist, his style, his persona. He's this arrogant, you're never going to be on my level, if you worked 10 times harder than me, because I have this god complex, like you had alluded to, kind of like affected, whatever, that's another conversation. This like god complex, boss aura, punchline legende, using lines and words that nobody could ever dream of putting into German rap. And so, while also having like really nice flows and this demeanor that like pumps you up. That's how I think of him. And so that comes out, and so like as an album, what represents that persona, which he's most well known for, which album represents that persona, and then within that actual album that represents the persona, where is the organization between consistent theme, track, flow, and so the balance between track flow, like flow from track to track, and originality without being random, like with Free Spirit, for example. Free Spirit is original, but makes no sense. Zuhälter Tape 5 and La Deutsche Vita, for me, they have really original sounds, but everything about like La Deutsche Vita, for example, from song to song, it's this super cool, like rich guy, like living the life as a proud German, like, nobleman, and that comes out in the atmosphere and in the songs. And then as you move down, you get to like, Monument. You kind of gets diluted a little bit. It's like, but Imperator like lives in the shadows. Like Imperator, what was he getting at? It wasn't really Kollegah, the Zuhälter. It was more like Felix Blumer, the boss, but like at the same time, like Imperator, is it not the same thing as king? And it's like, so there's like, I was looking for like cohesion. I was looking for like stylistic consistency, punchline quality. Obviously, look over here, you can't go wrong with these. La Deutsche Vita was so cool. I really liked it. We'll see how it holds up in years' time. And then you got these ones that just like, one, I think these are as low as they are, just because it's tough to listen to Joppige Eins, because ironically, the rappers that they diss, they're not relevant anymore, and I don't even know who they're talking about. So you could say like maybe an OG would put it in A, and I'm biased, which I am because I didn't listen to him back then. But yeah, there's that. This is the one that bothers me, I think. It's the first Zuhälter tape, which kind of created who he is. And I have it at C. Is that bad? It just doesn't do it for me. Like I said, it's like kind of like a copy. It's kind of a copy of like a lot of what was going on in America at the time. I'll keep it there, just because it's kind of revolutionary in terms of who he was. But yeah, man, damn, we finally did it. We'll have to check back and switch some things around when the next album comes out. And look, I feel like we could do something similar for Bushido. I feel like he has a lot of good albums and a lot of like questionable ones. So I would love to do that. Zito as well. We'll go through all the legends, do all the fun ones. Guys with really good albums. So let's go ahead and get this saved. Yeah, we'll do I think we'll do Zito first, because I like him more than Bushido, just I guess based off of character. Bushido is like through and through like scum. Like, just like based off of like things that he's done. But yeah, I'm very proud of this. because this is my favorite artist. And I feel like I was able to add something. Although I guess I wouldn't differ, right? Me being like an English speaker doesn't change the fact that good music is good music.